Welcome to Matters Financial and Geopolitical from a Frontier. I hope you had a great weekend. We got a bit of rain, but it's still quite warm at midday. Let's go on to Kenya. I like this photo. I like the feedback we're getting about this fellow, Peter Tabichi, the monk who won the $1 million Global Teacher Prize. I wrote an article in January about education blowing hot. Here he's seen coming back to Nairobi, kissing home soil, which is such a powerful image. He said this is a win for Africa. So really positive feedback from that. In conversation with Bob Collymore, Chief Executive Officer of Safaricom, this is the Africa Report's Nick Norbrook. He's saying the gentle chirrup of birdsong and the jazz radio playing in the large sitting room behind, it is hard to disagree. It occurred to me, says Collymore, that we all get into this funnel to commute and get into the office by 8 to 9 a.m., where I could easily do the interviews here, go into the office by midday and miss the traffic. Collymore is a silver linings guy rather than a dweller. One of those silver linings is the ability to put more time into his music. Talking about his saxophone addiction. Saying that he does not believe the real competition is going to come from Airtel or Telkom. For all the kudos Safaricom won worldwide for its mobile payments platform M-Pesa, you can pay for things with your Fitbit now, he said. In the future, the real challenges to telephone companies like Safaricom will come from big tech, Amazon, Google, Facebook, as well as Tencent. WhatsApp has launched a payments trial in India. If WhatsApp gets into payments and comes to Kenya, what will Safaricom do? We don't get complacent about these things, says Collymore. For sure, we believe we need to evolve and quickly. The thing that we have today was designed 11 years ago. And then talking about, we think you can bolt a few things together, e-commerce, payments, data analytics. Most people are using data to gauge whether you're a credit risk or not. But look at the Chinese. They're not looking at whether you have money or not. They are looking at whether you're a good guy or not. They look at intent. If I know that your intent is good, then I can rent you my apartment. This gives companies that sit on piles of information an advantage. We have access to a pool of data. They do. E-commerce, an obvious choice, trusted brand, payments platform, and new logistics partners, Sendi. But he says it's all about the platform. Whether it was for the banking industry, the healthcare industry, the agriculture industry, we have set our sights on the education sector. Look at Amazon, it doesn't sell books, just books. Google is putting balloons up in the air, it's not just a search engine. Talks about DigiFarm. His own tenure, which comes to an end in August 2019, has been about consolidation and profitable pivots to M-Pesa and data. Investing $100 in the company when he began would have seen that money grow nearly tenfold. It is clear, he said, that the company needs a successor with yet another set of skills as the chapter of the ubiquitous platform begins. Few regrets his greatest triumph, the team he has assembled. Finish your tea, he says. Let me just go get an injection pumped into me, and I will be back. Safaricom closed on Friday at 27.55. Its market cap is $10.966 billion. Its price earnings ratio is 19.964, and its total first half revenue was 1.22 billion. Voice revenue, 48 billion. M-Pesa revenue second, 35.52 billion. Mobile data revenue, 19.45 billion. Key financials as seen in this image. M-Pesa revenue stream seen at the half-year mark when I went to the results. You can see that. And then I picked up this from Bangito, who was at the LSE Africa conference, who said, on the tension between who owns the customer, between the banks and the telecoms, the direction we're heading is not who owns what, but rather who understands the customer. Good point. Banks, he says, do not have as much data to understand the customer like the telecom companies, so the telecoms do have the advantage. Nairobi All Shares up 12.27% this year. NSE 20 is up 0.44% this year. Prime Securities Kenya, by now most of the listed companies in the NSE have announced their 2018 full year performance. Here is a snippet of how they performed. Mia says it's worth noting that the average price to book ratio of the 9 banks listed is 1.15. And then saying if you exclude Equity Bank, KCB, Co-op, Standard Chartered and Barclays, then the average price to book is 0.79. He's pointing out that DTB is trading at 0.62. And finally, the last link is if you want to click and look into any details around a particular listed company here at the Nairobi Securities Exchange. Thank you so much for stopping by.